played terribly or anything. He did what an anti-mage is supposed to do. That's why we derailed that, because that's what an AM does. But aside from the item build choices, his play was pretty fine. In that last game, similar thing. This time, his item build bottom made sense. His haunts were really good. Just a really solid Mushi game.
Yeah, just a much more team element to the game rather
they
than
won
just
that
the
game
individual
as a
stuff.
five-man, whereas before, in the previous games, it really felt like they were centering way too much around one or two cores.
Yeah, how important is it that he gets the right hero? How important is it to the team, do you think, and the team makeup?
I mean, it helps a lot with Spectre. It's just, it's kind of like Anti-Mage is the straightforward farming split push carry, whereas Spectre is the straightforward ganking teamfight carry. And that's all he has to do. He just has to have somebody set things up. DJ has a good early game, he gets 6 and he looks for kills, and then they figure out whether or not Spec can come, and all he has to do is press a button and show up and get a kill. And if it's really straightforward like that, like how the hero is played, it's less likely to push Mushi into a place where he feels comfortable doing like solo crazy, I'm going to win this game for my team. But it's like, it's such a comfort style that he can execute that way, and it'll be really effective snowballing him into a good mid game.
Okay, I'm not too sure how far we are from the draft. I don't know if they... Yeah, we're ready for the draft, are we? Good, okay, so we can drop into the draft, which is good news. I thought it was just around the corner, and we have had our first pick, and it is Beastmaster for the 3rd consecutive game.
This looks really, really familiar.
Does it? Deja vu.
It's same band, same pick.
All right.
Now we need the Darkseer.
The Darkseer, and...
There's the Darkseer.
Will they change it up?
Do the Witch Doctor, or their
Is that a
Spirit.
dance? You said that like it was a dance. I don't know. It reminded me of Do the Hustle.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He had a rhythm. He had a rhythm
yeah,
to
that's
it.
what it was. And it was like very like the same tone. I don't know why I thought about that, but you ever done the Hustle, Paul?
The Hustle.
Was that like a cool dance in the past?
You don't realize Paul's actually so old, he invented the Hustle.
Back in 1873, we used to do the Hustle quite a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys play that on the...
We used to do it on the paddle steamers.
You'd have to get like an orchestra to play it, I guess, because you guys didn't have like stereos then.
No. It was played by the band, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was the only way.
I mean, we had
That's
those
right, you guys had
gramophone
bands.
things. They were a fad for a while.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
with vinyl.
We should probably look at the second pick.
This is a little different. Slightly different
It
draft.
didn't work
going on.
that burn, did it? It
Is
didn't
this-
work very well at all.
I didn't hear Paul.
Yeah, you made that awkward. That was good.
Axe though.
Axe, first time today.
This early is very peculiar.
That's complexity special.
So pick surprise heroes in a position where it allows your opponents to react to it.
No, but Axe is
Confuse
just
the
a
hell
really,
out of them.
Axe is a really strong hero. There's not a whole lot that he's bad at. The laning phase sometimes, but you can solve a lot of those problems by just making him your safe laner and giving him favorable matchups. Imagine Axe versus Beastmaster.
I mean, yeah, he was thought to be tier 1 best hero of the new patch, but he's different now, right? Like Blade Maul got nerfed first of all. He's not really picked in the pro scene. Like I'm surprised by the pick. Essentially, he's getting picked occasionally, but it's not like...
Yeah, it is more selective than... I agree with you. It's more selective than I thought it'd be, but still some teams are experimenting with him.
What about it's the Beastmaster counter? Because Beastmaster makes all the creeps attack faster, therefore you spin more often.
Wow.
How about that part?
He looked at you, Toby.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, sorry, yeah, you're 100% right.
No, I wasn't
My
super
opinion
confident.
means a
I was
lot
actually
too.
looking between you. I was staring up into space because I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever said. And I'm glad you pointed that towards Toby. It was a very moot point. I don't know if that actually is a thing. That like sounds like a thing that some like tier 1 player would bring up where I'd be like, wow, that's really interesting, but I would never have thought of it first. But it's probably also stupid because sometimes that's where that border
I hate to
is
say it,
me.
Perch, but this isn't the first time you had that thought.
The thought about
You said
Beastmaster
that back in LA.
Beastmaster Aura with X.
With the creeps attacking faster against the Axe, yeah.
Okay.
There was actually a draft where we're looking at the brood counter, and you're like something
Okay,
like that.
that was probably one of those times I was asleep while casting during
Yeah.
the hub.
Yeah.
That definitely happened.
Yeah, that really.
That was rough.
Yeah.
But we feel pretty good right now. The games are going at a pretty good pace.
Yeah.
Drafts are advancing at decent speed.
It's easy. I can be awake when the sun's out.
Yeah.
Big
advantage
improvement.
one.
Lone Druid Band Invoker as well. Guess they're fearing the early mid game heroes, which I guess makes sense with Axe. You can Iron Shell, Berserker's Call. In the meantime, Lone Druid's pushing your tower somewhere else.
You have a lot of heroes that can frontline too for the bear. Makes it hard. immediately kill it when the Axe can counter initiate too. Winter Wyvern, that's also a hero that we haven't seen, but good against the Beastmaster, Necro Creeps, and all.
Okay. Maybe this is the reason they also banned Invoker, because the Sun Strikes off of Cold Embrace. So kind of an interesting draft. Also, if you Berserkers call somebody, you can immediately do the Splinter Blast, and you get the easiest setup for maximizing that magic damage. Kind of cool, and it works really well with Blade Mail as well, actually, because it'll make you immune to physical damage, but Blade Mail now reflects the damage being thrown, not the damage being dealt. So it's free Blade Mail damage.
Okay.
That part's really cool, although it will last longer than the call, and then you can't chop.
It's good against the Witch Doctor ulti too.
Yeah, really good point. So kind of a cool pick. Definitely is kind of cool versus Beastmaster. Actually, it's all around, straight from the top to the bottom. Winter Wyvern is actually very good versus Beastmaster.
Yeah, it's good against Witch Doctor. Fine pickup. They needed somebody that could harass out of the lane, especially if they intend on putting Axe in lane. And Juggernaut's going to be the pick here. Good hero overall, but again, Axe one of the few heroes that does okay just because you can call through the spin. Good against the Darkseer though in lane, or at least above average because you have some kill potential.
Winter Wyvern is a little good against Jug because of Cold Embrace, but offensively, Winter Wyvern will do very little to Jug other than ulti in the Witch Doctor, which should make Jug kill him.
Yeah.
So it's all right here, I think, for complexity on the outlook. But with the same vein, talking about all these counters and things like that, if you look at what Fnatic has, they just have really strong heroes. Of counters, all those heroes accomplish a lot. Jug can be fairly independent and still can get solo kills. He can still transition really well late game. Structure is good against a variety of situations, and Beastmaster obviously will get you ganks and teamfight and all this good stuff. So I like the complexity draft right now, but it just kind of comes down to how well the Axe works out. So waiting for the next pick here for complexity. This is going to be their... Do you think it's going to be Axe? It's probably not Axe jungle, right? Surely,
no.
Well, I guess you have Darkseer and Axe, so...
They are definitely going to safe lane the Axe, I believe.
Okay, and a 1v1 you're thinking with, what? Axe plus support, or aggro try?
You could do Axe support, or I think the flip side is you do Axe plus Winter Wyvern off. But... Because it is okay against the Jug. The Jug can't really farm, but then the Witch Doctor can trade hits. I feel like it's just better to safe lane it all around.
This is they gotta plan this, surely. I'm sure they've planned this strategy.
Yeah.
But it does look very weird with the Winter Wyvern, because the dual off lane isn't as straight. Although they could just do a carry and another support. The other support would combo with Axe. That may be what they're doing here.
You don't necessarily have to, though, just because Witch Doctor is good against those dual lanes.
So Murano's their next pick. They can do arrows from coL. That part's pretty good. A little interesting. Similar as last game, I guess. It's probably core Murano. It could be support.
Z-Freak is quite good at it.
Yeah, they were picking at it TI, I believe.
It seems like in this so far, we haven't seen a lot of support Murano so far, though. This tournament, anyways. Every single time I think we've seen it so far, it's been a core.
It's a lot of infatuation with that new Eggs.
Yeah.
When the new Eggs came out, wasn't she always being run on that safe lane, though? And support as well.
She's mid. Because the build-up is really easy for mid.
Right, so IO now the pick for Fnatic. They've got Healing Ward plus IO, Witch Doctor heal plus IO. That should keep Jug pretty survivable. It's kind of a nice counter against Axe as well, because whoever he goes on, it can probably keep that person alive.
You've always got the save. Even against Wyvern too.
With that said, there's pretty good AoE coming from complexity, so it might be hard for IO and Witch Doctor to keep everyone alive. Wyvern ults. I don't think Winter Wyvern's too upset about this IO pick though, because it's in the late game. It's almost always going to be able to guarantee a Jug kill, or a Jug killing the IO. And Quap ban now for complexity, which would have given Fnatic some really good gank burst damage.
That mobility is really good against their lineup too, because then they would have pretty much left the Axe in that situation. That was okay against Mirana in lane 2 if that's going to be a mid Mirana.
What do you mean left the Axe in that situation?
If you decide to play Queen of Pain, there's only the Axe can jump on you in this lineup. There's no other kill potential. So if you know where Axe is at any time, then you're free. Then your play becomes really easy. You can split push with that hero pretty aggressively.
So who do you take instead then when the Queen of Pain's taken out?
Trying to think.
Because they've got a hell of a lot of sustain behind them, but
It's got to be at least semi-magic nuking for Fnatic, because they have to worry about Winter Wyvern third skill, and their heroes as a whole aren't very burst high. Beastmaster has great disable, but his damage isn't amazing against cold Embrace. Overall, they're very physical damage reliant right now, so they need something that's got burst nukes. Quap really would have been a great pick.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Something like Puck could work with Veil, but even Veil kind of sucks because nobody else really synergizes with it damage-wise.
Yeah. Axe ruins a lot of your plans for whatever you want mid to. Does a good job at dealing with a lot of the heroes that would have been left over.
can I get away with something like more like a Death Prophet? Able to kite the axe out with Siphon, at least gives you a little bit more pushing power.
I kind of like that. Gives IO to tether targets.
The magical damage as well, a little bit of a blend of that.
And the silence as well. It's really good against a lot of the heroes they have. Yeah, not a Slurk. I was thinking Slurk, but I don't know if that would work.
They need a... Oh, that's a Bristle.
So another tanky hero to combo with IO. I like that one pretty well. If complexity is a little weak on damage, Bristle will be effective.
Where do they switch the lanes though now? Like, we were obviously assuming Juggernaut safe Beastmaster off.
Yeah, you can just put Bristle mid, that's fine. You can even put Beastmaster mid and Bristle back plus IO off. You have options. I like this, they're not tethered to anything. They don't have to have these set interactions with their lanes. They have a tanky frontliner, deal with the Axe. Dragon Knight, last pick for coL.
Yeah, they're all physical damage based on Fnatic, so might as well get somebody that gives you 12 armor for free.
Yeah.
Okay, prediction time. Not just based on the draft, but who's going to win the entire series? First of all, Toby.
Well, I'm not a big believer of the Winter Wyvern. Hard to believe in that. I'm actually liking Fnatic's draft a little bit more. I think they got a lot more survivability, ability to actually inflict damage, and less stress on a combo.
Okay, Blitz.
In complexity win. I feel like their draft is a little bit more centered. I think the Dragon Knight last pick really works well for their team. I think they're going to just run at them with Axe.
Coach.
I was unsure before Blitz said which team is better, but he does point out a good point. Like they have a lot of good physical damage counters with Dragon Knight, Winter Wyvern, third skill, and even Axe with his coL. That part looks very good. With that said, I really like Fnatic's heroes. They combo together very well. So I'm a little unsure about Axe, Winter Wyvern because I'm not completely confident in those heroes right now. So, but I guess I would go with complexity so that I'm at least can break the streak with Toby. Fingers crossed.
Okay, a little bit of indecision here on the expert panel. I wonder what our commentators think of our final game as we head over to them right now for Game 3.
Thank you very much, Red Eye, and indeed, here we have it, the deciding game. This is the point where we are obviously going to be losing one of these teams. They will be going home. Fnatic versus Complexity. The lineups have been revealed. We're seeing what they're bringing to the fray. I'm ODPix. I'm here with Gareth. Let's have a look at what we've got going on, but break it down for me. So indeed, Complexity's lineup, what are we going to see from this?
Limp is their Axe player, so they've actually switched up roles a little bit as well. They like to do that. Chessie and Limp, you know, some of their hero pool does overlap, but there are these heroes where they want to try and move things away from the centralized build-up that they've got. So they've got this Axe who's going to be getting, you know, quick into the kind of Vanguard and Blink Dagger, but he's actually got an Iron Talon, which is interesting for me. What's he going to be doing? He's cutting down all these trees. But I don't know. I like Fnatic's draft, mainly because it's a very kind of newbie-esque draft, right? They've got healing, they've got sustain, they've got lots of pushing power, and just tanky, difficult to kill heroes, while Complexity, it's a little more nuanced in the way they try to start these fights. You know, sure enough, laning stage is going to be good for them with Arctic Burn and Axe being an annoyance.
They've got they're planning something.
What are they doing?
They're slowly deforesting. They've got a plan, and I guess they're just going to free it up so they can do like multiple stacks at the same time or some kind of cool stuff.
I mean, McDonald's has done enough for this in Brazil, burning down forests for their bloody...
They're going for it. I mean, soon all these trees are going to be gone. This is some NA strat here. This is going to be great.
What is...
Well, I'm interested to see the farming plans of Lim, how he's going to utilize this.
But then who's safe lane?
We don't need a safe lane.
We don't need a safe laner.
Going from game 2, it wasn't very safe, so we're avoiding that.
Yeah, he has to go top. It has to. Is this going to be Hanskin just like...
Is this setting up for a
stacking
Hanskin to
across?
stack? Yeah, it could be.
A million stacks at once?
Does anyone want to take top lane? Nope. No. Wow. I can't wait for this. This is going to be brilliant. This is just a piece of art. In a minute, we're going to see Limp spelling out some words here through the trees. Top lane, you're going to have Squindles. He's going to go down his dark seed. Chessie's going to man at mid.
And
He's going to have
Morano's.
Z-Freak bottom lane. So it's going to lead this...
Dual-
Here we go. Are you ready for this? So what's the plan here?
The dual jungle.
So he's going to go into this camp first, clean this one up. He'll be able to do it quickly before the next one spawns at a minute with Hanskin.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting what they start to do when they start to play.
And then he'll
camps.
kill some more creeps over there. But right, mid
Yeah.
lane is mid 1 Beastmaster against Chessie DK. That matchup is, you know, it's going to be a wash pretty much. They both kind of just trade fun. There's nothing going to be massively interesting there unless support Wisp comes in and DJ, who's stacking up Ancients, will build up a bank for the Beastmaster. Darkseer against Bristle. Not really any killing potential there unless Bristle has a major cock up and gets caught by Iron Shells. And bottom lane, Mirana can leap away from Cask and Spin, and as long as Z-Freak doesn't waste it, should be pretty safe there. Now, how fast will Limp get this blink?
Very fast. I mean, I'm looking at this. It's brilliant. So they've already stacked up 2 camps. You've got Hanskin to heal him up, of course, with the cold embrace.
And he
if
still
needs
spins through it.
It's working.
Yeah,
it really is.
He still spins through it. So this is a funky draft. This is a funky little pocket strat they've brought
I'm
themselves
just
out.
watching this jungle action. Yeah,
I
this
mean,
is where it's all happening.
can we just go into player perspective mode or like the showcase mode of the axe and just watch him the entire game?
I mean, this is where the show's going to be happening. He's heading over. They'll let the camp spawn again at 2 minutes. You're going to see Hanskin get that stack once more there. So really just trying to utilize maximum farm in the jungle. And as you said, you feel lane-wise, complexity elsewhere, they're not going to be compromised too much. They still should be able to find something with having 2 heroes just prioritizing in the jungle.
That's the weirdest thing, right? It doesn't seem there are any real exploitable weaknesses here for complexity. With 2 heroes,
Z-Freak looks to be struggling though. That's the one thing at the moment. On this Mirana, he's pretty much found nothing 2 minutes in.
but he's stacking Ancients. Like he's not. The big thing is he's not dying, right? He's not giving away unnecessary kills. As long as he can get some experience, some semblance of farm, one last hit here, another one there. He's not there to pressure Mushi. This Mirana is just there to try and leech experience as much as you can, while you're gaining so much from the jungle here from the axe. I mean, look at him, 18. What's his net worth actually? He's sitting at 1300, not as much as the Beastmaster from the mid lane. And mid one's done a great job here up against Chessie, so far at the very least. 11-1 up against the 15-5. But we're yet to see the big stack being taken. That's going to be the massive,
just working on this, yeah.
a massive influx of gold into the axe is going to come from.
Yeah, Limp, he clears those 2 hit camps here every minute, heads off to the pool camp as well, clears that.
But then what happens with that gold? Because
He's got to get just blink straight up, surely.
what's he built? Well, he's got himself some brown boots, a stout shield, and all that soul ring recipe is going to go out towards the Darkseer up at top lane. The thing is, we've seen a lot of Vanguard axes and building up slowly, surely into that blink dagger, just tanking yourself up and allowing yourself to farm faster as DJ.
Oh, is this a freebie?
Boy. I mean, he's got nothing to tether to until 343's there. He's got the Witch Doctor now.
Nice save from Witch. And Limp's just going to continue in. Right, level 4 on him. You also get really good levels on the Wyvern as well. 3 minutes in, you've got level 3 Wyvern. And how's Z-Freak managed to do? Is he starting to get something down there? Yeah, he's level 3 now. CS isn't great. But he's now managed to find something now. Limp will clear this big camp with the help of Hanskin.
So now all of EU and NA pubs are going to be jungle Wyvern axe.
Absolutely. This is the play.
The dual queue party rank stacks.
Just go
That
jungle.
already ruin ranked games because of the disparity between party MMR and solo MMR.
Let's hope for the sake of it they don't win
God.
with this strat. As you said, it may
That's
hit,
a bit rude.
hit some. I'm thinking of the pub's Gareth.
Yeah, okay. Of course you are. Ohio, he's building himself up, and I guess we'll see kind of normal mech on the offlane Bristleback here from him, and that allows DJ to be a little less selfless as we've seen from Wisps in the past. Go a little bit greedy, go like the Urn, the Tranquils, and then maybe yourself a pipe if you really wanted to. Juggernaut Mushi, he's just allowed to free farm at bottom lane. And you see the top 4 of the farmers, Radiant, they're coming out pretty nicely out of this laning stage.
Yeah. I mean, so this is still the thing you said about the Vanguard axe. I mean, so he's jungling, and he is still going to be that by the looks of it with the Ring of Health. Why'd you go for this over just saving straight up for the Blink Dagger?
So the reasoning behind this was back when NIP, were together and they were playing Jonas and Farn on the axe, and they did like safe lane axe for him. they'd pick up the Vanguard, so not only could he farm more safely in the lanes, he could kind of shove the waves towards tier 1s, dip back into the jungle, and you just don't need to ferry yourself any regen. You don't need salves, you're not really afraid of being ganked, because early on, tanky Axe with that Berserker's Call just not going to get shut down once he's got his Vanguard.
And look at this as well, Zivri, just looking over him, so this is the reason why he's not really been finding much in lane. He's just stacking up the Ancients.
Yeah, for the Axe to come back
for the
in
Axe
again.
as well, yeah.
But the biggest thing about...
All in on Axe.
The biggest thing about the Vanguard Axe... Oh, Swindle's in Ohio? No, that's fine. Biggest thing about Vanguard Axe is that with Blink Dagger Rush, it's kind of an all-in item. If you buy Blink, that's, 2k gold expended. And if you don't get anything done with Blink, it's not a farming item, it's not a pushing item, it doesn't allow you to do anything. It's like one-dimensional, it's to catch people and to kill them. And if you don't find kills, similar to the way we've seen some Batriders like the Boots of Travel and like the Midas, and they want to be a little bit greedier, if you don't get anything done with a Blink, it can be a wasted investment.
Yeah.
The Vanguard is always that fail-safe, you know it's going to be solid, you know what you get, it does what it says on the tin.
So here, he's got it done. So 6-minute Vanguard, that's pretty good in terms of Axe standards?
Pretty spectacular, honestly. I mean, he's 3.1k net worth, and this is comparing him to a sub-3k Beastmaster who's doing very, very well at the mid lane, and the two safe lane farmers, Juggernaut and Dark sitting at 2.5.
Look at this, so you get the Vanguard, now you go for the Ancients.
Oh, hell. Oh, my God. Is that going to give him, like, half his Blink there as well?
I mean, this is quite remarkable. Limp, let's see how much gold he gets out of this. He is, as you said, the Cold Embrace is going to be there, and he just sits there spinning away whilst
what's his gold?
Cryogenics up.
Like 1,400? 1,500?
What the hell? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
So he goes from 6-minute Vanguard Owen to 6-minute Vanguard and 1,500 gold.
Right.
And then guess where he goes now?
Where's he going now?
Back in the jungle to farm his
Back
Blink
to the jungle,
Dagger.
yeah, and then he'll have it done. Oh, even would be better if he could take this Ancient stack from the side of Fnatic.
Oh, Jesse scouted it.
Is he going to go over there and do that? Limp says, hey, you're right.
They're all TPing and they know they need to
you can't let Axe do this. And they'll actually roll onto him and make a go, but Cold Embrace will be there. Limp may have got a little bit greedy. His eyes bigger than his mouth as he spots this one out. There'll be the Winter's Curse to hold back Mushi. Limp goes back in, tries to get the spin up, but the Omni Slash is there and they punish the Axe. Limp was wondering, oh, Ancients, they look good, but they kill him and they're going to kill him more.
Spot bother as well.
He is, they're going to lose a second here, so Fnatic, they're not messing around. They just want to play some Dota 2.
5-man Dota 2. Yeah. 7 minutes in, 5-man rotation towards the Ancients, knowing how valuable that gold is, not just to themselves, the Bristle and the...
They are still there as well, the Ancients.
And the Beastmaster, yeah, there's a nice little stack over there, and that's Ohio, 1,900 gold saved up. He could get himself a Vanguard if he wants that one off. Also, look towards that mech a little bit faster if he wants to.
Yeah, so as you said, the farm's still very good for this side of Fnatic as well as this Axe strat, and Axe knocked back about 100 or so gold after that death, and indeed he'll just head back to the jungle, look for the safer route towards a timing which would have been a bit of a record break, but of course thanks to Fnatic there will be slowed down.
Just a little bit.
No.
I'm still stacking up Ancients for him with Winter Wyvern heading across there as well. But Ohio, what are you buying with all this gold you saved up? Still waiting to see that one.
It's interesting what he does go for. As you said, Vanguard, the mechs there as well, if as you mentioned. Let's see what he wants to invest in.
I mean, Mecha's going to be super good against that, jump call in from the Axe once he gets his Blink Dagger. Vanguard saves only yourself, but the mech will save
Straight
your teammates. Yeah,
as you said.
And that's the. No, he didn't sell his Stout Shield. He still got that for the Vanguard later on.
Sold the stick, I believe.
Okay.
Oh no, sorry, no, still got the stick.
No, he just dropped his Stout Shield.
Yeah, the Stout Shield. Sorry, yeah.
It's down in the fountain.
You're right.
Z-Freak's been allowed to get some farm down the bottom lane though, and this Mirana Arcane Boots looks like heading into some more of the utility build. Maybe looks for a 4-staff or a Blink Dagger or something along those lines. Could even think about going for the Hand of Midas if you want to be a little bit greedier, depending on how farmed the Mirana can get. But a Huntskin,
there we go.
With a level 7 Wyvern at 9 minutes is honestly pretty insane as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The leveling for the Wyvern has been insane thanks to jungling, and of course now this stack that's going to be your Blink Dagger money for sure. So Limp, he's going to have Blink and Vanguard pre 10 minutes. Pretty good, but as you said, it's going to just be interesting to see what he can get done with it across the map and where he's going to look to try and make those jumps. There we have it. Blink Dagger Vanguard. It's going to be on its way out.
Well, Jesse's got himself a Dragon Form now, so he can look to apply pressure to the tier 1 mid. And this Beastmaster keeps dipping away back into the jungle. I guess mid 1, with the Staff of Wizardry, he's looking for that Necro as fast as he possibly can, but Ohio. Ticking down to the Iron Shells, but with DJ there ready and available to heal him up, there's no problem whatsoever.
It's going to be very, very hard to kill this Bristle back down for
Smoke
sure.
time to run at them. Yep, right. Even Swindles joins in.
Let's see if they can catch out.
I think they just want to catch towers, honestly.
Yeah,
Like,
like start putting the pressure on.
Kills are added extra here. They want to try and push towers, and they want to force Fnatic to fight into them. Because Fnatic's entire lineup is, 5-man. They've got heal, they've got sustain.
Mid, Swindles needs a bit of help.
Nice
Night Shadow
Moonlight.
will do it. Now it's going to pop out the Sentry Ward, so they're ready to fight mid one. Oh, he's about to get dunked here. Oh, a little bit early, but still, will tick down to the Battle Hunger. Gets the Roar out on his way down. But they're not going to be able to kill Limp. And Limp moving forward.
He's got Blink again, but no cool.
He's going
Stick
to
and
the
call.
body blocks.
He's got it,
He has indeed. Blocks it up. Cast will buy some time, but he still gets the call off. It's another kill for Complexity thanks to the plays from Limp here. And you said he needed to make the Blink Dagger work, and that's certainly the way to start to reveal it and run straight at the side of Fnatic.
Fnatic wants to group up as 5 and push into towers, but if Complexity are the ones to do that earlier on, this seems like the key maybe to unlock their strength of the sustained healing out from these kind of newbie-esque drafts with the Wisp, with the Witch Doctor and the Juggernaut, all healing up tanky-ass heroes. Just fight them earlier. Have a strat, have heroes that come online faster because you can farm faster.
This is efficiency. Limp heads over. Here we'll stack up the Ancients and the camp at the same time there with the Blink Dagger. Just full on efficiency here for the man. And there we go. Successful stacks in both areas. So Limp just making sure the farm's always going to be there. Eyes on mid. See if Limp wants to try and go for something here. He's going to eye up. He's just got to take down the Hawk first.
Look at these hero levels. Like, you think about the role attribution, right? Mirana is a 4-role support, kinda, and Wyvern is the 5-role support. But they're level 8. The spread of levels on Complexity is very even.
Oh, and Limp jumps in, looks for a call. Actually going to cancel cast here. The Winter's Curse is out. DJ falling on to get the dunk off. He actually doesn't even need it here. Doesn't even need it there the second time. Double kill for Handscan. Bursting them down. A Limp still on the back lines of this one. Playing around with Fnatic. And they're just trying to run away, but this man blinks in, gets the call. There's one dunk. Takes down the Witch Doctor. 3-4-3. Getting removed from the game, and yeah, Limp on his axe. 2-1-3 at the moment. 6.6k net worth, nearly 2k ahead of the Bristleback. And the strat, it's certainly working at the moment. And just
can they get another stack off?
I was gonna say,
Come on.
can he? He's a little bit slow, isn't he? They'll try.
Oh, no, it's not. It's not.
It might get us the normal count. Nope. Nah.
Oh dear.
It's worth a try though.
Yeah, good attempt. They only lose the Dragon Knight though. A 1 for 3 is perfectly fine there for you. DK is still, racing towards level 11. He's getting himself a nice amount of farm. Behind the Darks here, but that's kind of to be expected, honestly, with the amount of pressure that he's been under. But Z-Freak at bottom, no leap, and no escape.
A lot of trouble. And they don't need to see you to squirt sprays on you. And they will find themselves that kill down there. So 4 for 5. Fnatic still holding themselves with a much more kind of vanilla game of Dota 2 here compared to what Complexity are bringing.
And this mech on Darks just amplifies Complexity's power even more as well. Fnatic, they feel under the button here, pushing into tier 1s and trying to rush into the Battle Fury for Mushi.
Now the question is, so Axe, what's he got coming out now? He is going for the Crimson Guard.
Ooh.
Okay. Pretty nice against what Death Ward, Omni Slash. It's
Beastmaster Ball, Quill
Yeah,
Spray. Everything here, pretty much physical damage. There's pretty much no magic burst from Fnatic outside of kind of Maledict, right? That's
he wants to go top. He might even be able to find the blink cool here onto mid 1. He does, jumps in, catches out the Beastmaster. Z-Freak following through to help. He's already used the arrow. And we'll see actually a relocate coming through. Z-Freak's got to be careful.
Nice
That's fine
vacuum.
mid 1. And yeah, with Swindles turning up as well. Limp and the boys can try and look for more. DJ's going to go back in 4 seconds. I can't quite get the call off the dunk. It won't be enough unless he gets it off. Quite get it off there in time.
Mushi's left alone though.
He has. He's been left totally on his own here. Z-Freak jumps himself away. Meanwhile, down bottom, they actually managed to get that kill onto the Io because Chessie and Hanscan were waiting. They're looking at Ohio now as well. Mushi getting taken down at the top, but he'll be dunked by Limp. Still at the bottom, the fight going on. Now Ohio trying to man up and will be able to man up onto Hanscan. Chessie going to play with Ohio a little bit, but he can't really take this down this Bristleback on his own. Just doesn't have the firepower. There's still another trade that in numbers favouring the side of Complexity, and Limp continues to find himself involved in all the action. He's 4-1-4. He's been involved in all 8 kills so far for Complexity.
They need to start actually consolidating this and turning it into an objective though. There's tier 1s still standing up across the board here for Fnatic, and they're going to defend these with their lives. Even with an arrow hitting, Swindles realises that's way too deep for him and the rest of his team. Fnatic, they've done a good job defending the towers. And Complexity don't really have a great way of pushing in unless they get these kills right next to the objectives. Or the Dragon Knights available and ready to push into them as well. DK, is that armlet done for Chessie? 14.5 minutes. It's not bad. Keep this pace going as Mushi runs straight into him, but he is 1v2 here.
Yeah, and you can't omni this, of course, with the cold embrace available, so Mushi's just going to have to tank this up, take the harassment, see who he wants to. He really wants to try and go for it here. Sentry and Observer being dropped, and now on the back lines, DJ bringing in a higher, but Chessie and Hansken, they just continue to run, get themselves behind the tier 1, and they're fine. They're going to be okay. In fact, there's the wraparound for Limp, gets the call onto 2, looking for the focus on Mushi. There's the vacuum as well. Free Knight coming out as well with the Winter's Curse onto mid 1 Ohio, starting to punch away at the Beastmaster. They've dropped down the Death Ward 3-4-3 from the sidelines, but they've already lost the Beastmaster. Limp chasing down for Mushi as well. In fact, turns his attention towards 3-4-3, had to get himself out. Maledict's down. Be careful about the damage he takes. So, amongst all of that, only the Beastmaster going down there.
That was very nearly self-destructive though from Fnatic. If they had been caught by the vacuum into the Winter's Curse, and Juggernaut could have absolutely just shredded through the guy that got targeted, but fortunately for them it was only 3 or so heroes caught in the curse, and they managed to disengage, get the Death Ward down, distract Complexity a little bit. There's still Complexity coming out on top, and this mid Beastmaster who's meant to be the tempo controller, he is meant to set the pace. He's the one that's meant to dictate the terms of engagement, say right, we raw him, Necro Book, kill. Move on to next target. Mushi, do your job. But instead, it's Beastmaster 0-3-3 now, being caught out and having to roar defensively and reactively instead of being proactive with his spell usage. That's just down to Complexity, playing aggressively, non-stop, just running at Fnatic, one target at a time. And now the Boots of Travel are up for Limp. It's only going to continue. It's only going to get worse for Fnatic because he's going to be all around the map.
So anytime an arrow's hit, anytime they get him with the Winter's Curse, there'll always be the follow-up. Fnatic trying to make a go on here around the sidelines towards the mid lane. Limp jumping in on DJ, gets the dunk off. That's the eye out the fight. There'll be a roar onto Hansken, but the backup is there from Complexity. Not going to be enough. The wall's being dropped here in the middle of it all. Deathfall from the high ground, 3-4-3, trying to pound into Limp, but this man does not care at all. The rest of the side of Complexity, they do a little bit more. Z-Freak dropping low, will fall to the Quill Sprays, and you see Hio on the top, continue to chase down these boys. Dragontail will hold back the Bristleback Swindles. Fairly tanky, not tanky enough. It's a double kill for Ohio. Now eyes onto this axe. Can they take down Limp? Do they have the control? Limp just walking around. In fact, he's toying with the idea of getting a call off here. They've got to kite him up, continue to get these Quill Spray stacks. The Maledict ticking down on him as well. He'll get off the call. He's hoping for some spins. Oh, nearly! So nearly getting something off there, but it's 4 down on Complexity. It's looking to be a 5th as Mushi comes in with the Blade Fury. Ohio on a mega kill streak. And Complexity getting wiped there. As Fnatic, Ohio just on the sidelines, stacking up those Quill Sprays with the Maledict as well, is all too much, and suddenly, I mean, you're seeing a gold swing of about 5,000 and an XP exchange of over 6k thanks to that fight.
Insane turn there. And again, it's all down to mid one. He gets to choose who he roars. Yeah. Instead of someone running at him and like, oh crap, I've got to roar before I die. He gets to choose, right, Winter Wyvern, you've pissed us off enough. Your curse is the one that's turning these fights and actually holding Complexity through them and able to turn them. So he roars him up, takes him out, Wyvern gone. Numbers advantage then in Fnatic's favor. They're 5v4. And with the fact that Complexity, their damage, there's no instant burst. There's no nuke damage. It's kind of tickling over time. Bristleback loves that. Ohio's standing there just going, Quill Spray, Quill Spray, Quill Spray, Quill Spray. Wisp comes in, TP's back out, comes back in again, keeps regenning up, and Fnatic, these long drawn out team fights, Complexity, they've got a... It goes from a position where Axe is, dominating to now it looks like they've actually got to step up the tempo even further and try racing towards these tier 1s, towards mid, towards top. The tier 2 needs to be taken out. They need more gold. Complexity need bigger items to actually deal damage back into Fnatic.
I mean, that's the thing. When this goes on later and later, what are you relying on the side of Complexity? I mean, Chessie, he's got an arm that he's looking to build into a Shadow Blade, I guess Silver Age, just to try and deal with this Bristleback who, I mean, you look at Ohio, he is verging on unkillable. Treads, Mech, one Vanguard, he's working on probably what's going to be a Sanjin Yasha. I mean, they just can't kill this Bristleback. They just don't have the damage to do so. I mean, this Mirana Z-Freak struggled at the start. He's catching up in levels. He is working on that Aghanims. They need to find some big wombos. They need to get that call into Swindle's vacuum wall. Otherwise, they're going to struggle. And they have found 3-4-3 here on the sidelines, and that will be a freebie here for the side of Complexity. They'll get the dunk here to get the movement speed to try and chase down for more. Chessie gets the Dragon Tail. There'll be a TP reaction, but Limp closes in, gets off the call before they manage to get the roar off on the Beastmaster. It's very nice there from Complexity. Double kill for Limp. And here they'll be able to get a bit of pressure on the mid lane, but at the same time, Mushi looking for a bit of that split push here, working on that top tier 2. Should be able to get it, but Complexity looking to stick around. They want to try and find a tier 2 in the mid lane in return, and with the pushing power of Chessie, they may just be able to do that. And they're actually going to send back Limp to hold this tier 2 off for another day on the top lane.
Looks like they're working into a Silver Edge for Chessie as well to maybe deal with Ohio a little bit better, but Fnatic on the chase. They really want to go for this one. Mushi tanks the arrow.
Swindles is eyeing this up like he's coming back in.
Up to?
He's just popping him up with a vacuum. As you said, Complexity, do they really want to try and re-engage here? They do now have Limp, potentially coming back down. He's in the jungle at the moment. He's going to let us stick there, yeah. Complexity's just going to hold off before they try and look to fight again.
I've got a Shadow Blade for Chessie now.
Yeah.
Given more initiation tools to try and set up for Limp coming in. And he's gone back for the 4-staff after that. Crimson Guard, BOTs as well. Now we're looking over on the Radiant side though, because Mushi after his Battle Fury, he's got to really get into that Manta style, the SNYs. Oh, it could even be Diffusal Blade actually, pretty good against this Darkseer, as well as the rest of the side of Complexity is burning through their mana. Obviously, Axe and DK. The costs are pretty high, but also the mana pool's low.
Oh, let's straight in with the Winter's Curse onto 3-4-3. Limp follow up with the call, but they get the relocate to the side. Oh, the Splinter Blast follows through the vacuum wall onto 3. They'll get the dunk onto 1 and Complexity looking to chase down for more. Mushi going for the straight TP out. He will make it, nothing to hold him back there, and now ice onto Ohio. But this is Complexity chasing down this Bristleback. Can they actually kill the Bristle? They can, unless they can get a blink call. See if Limp can try and find that lockdown so they can try and close the gap at the same time. Look behind the tier 1. You got Z-Freak chasing down DJ. And, well, he's going to get it. DJ, no escape. Arrow's on point, and Mirana will take down the Io, but we saw that they just can't kill this Bristleback, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter if they can try and just kill everyone else around them.
Getting the Beastmaster is the key thing. Like, Beastmaster has to focus the Wyvern, and everyone from Complexity focuses the Beastmaster, because that roar, they can set up for beautiful things for Fnatic, but if you don't get it out, if there's no... These Necro 2s, if they're not flowing and getting the mana burn out onto these strength heroes from Complexity, they've still got all their spells to throw. There's multiple calls, there's multiple battle hungers being thrown as well, and Hanskin just keeps everyone alive. Cold Embraced and the Urn, and now in comes the Greaves from Swindles. Fully done with 2,000 gold to spare, so his Blink Dagger's not too far away either. And with Axe holding on to Aegis the Immortal, they can jump in with impunity into the middle of the ranks of Fnatic. Even look to take down the tier 2s. You've actually got Aghanims done on Z-Freak. It's the offlane Mirana.
Oh, he's really caught up.
22 minutes in.
Caught up Z-Freak.
He didn't even need to go for the Hand of Midas.
No. It's, yeah, it's just still very, very good timing here for them. And we know how powerful that can be. It's a huge amount of magical burst in these team fights. And they're going to need as much damage as they can get. We've seen already with the sustain of this lineup. Healing Ward, Voodoo Restoration, the fact that you've got an IO and a Bristleback on the front lines, it's very, very hard for the side of Complexity to bite through.
Mid one, 6,400 net worth. He's barely scraping ahead of that Mirana. He was the mid Beastmaster. Really the spot you want to be in. DJ just sitting behind Ohio, making sure that if the Bristle does get jumped on, always the save available.
Chessie's eyeing up that IO, as you said, yeah, looking for a DJ, and he's going to find him in the side.
Has he got it?
As well, and they'll manage to get the control out. DJ, is he going to be able to play his way out this one? No, they've found the IO. Can they actually kill Ohio, though? The cast, Bouncing Between are going to hold them back still. Swindles closing the gap. There'll be a Winter's Curse, holding the Witch Doctor in place. They're looking for the control on Ohio. They're going to get it. Take down the Bristleback, and now Complexity going to move forward for more. Vacuum back mid one. Here comes the chase down, the touchdown. They'll find themselves a third. Complexity now getting the momentum going, and the Witch Doctor to TP himself out.
A roar into what? A roar into run away. Mushi, he was trying to get himself into the team fight, but he's been busy farming. He's really very heavily focused on farming because he kind of knows he's the big damage dealer. Bristleback's tanky as all hell with SNY, Mech, and Vanguard, sure enough, but if you don't actually do damage back into the Bristle and the Axe, there's no way you're winning a team fight. They'll out-sustain you, they'll out-heal you, and Hanskin will just keep everyone alive and actually through this fight. Fnatic on the ropes a little bit, at least as map control goes, as every single lane is pushing in across this river to these towers. But that positioning from Chessie was so perfect. Shadow Blades really forward, looks for the Wisp, he knows he's going to be there ready to save Ohio, and Jay had no opportunity to do anything. He was just dead.
Now, I'm looking at this, well, we'll see in a minute because they are going to smoke up again. Silver Edge is done now for Chessie.
That's a great way of dealing with the Bristleback.
I mean, they kind of just showed us a bit of faith there where they were able to kill him without it. But with it, it's not going to be an issue at all as long as Chessie can get that opening touch. And they may even try for that now. But you got eyes onto Ohio. You've already got the movement coming in. Limp to lead in with the cool. Arrow coming in from the sidelines. Beautifully done. And when you're smacking him in the face, it doesn't even matter because he's dunked. Down for a minute.
No buyback.
No money indeed for the buyback. So this is a nice opening from Complexity to come in. And without the bristleback, where's your frontliner? Who are you sending in to go head-to-head with these boys? And well, jumping in. Look, catching out DJ 2 miles behind the racks. Limp with the perfect pick-off with the help of Swindles and Jesse. And now they're 2 heroes down, and we're only 25 minutes in, but you know, with this DK, they can do a hell of a lot of damage to this tower and also to the Rex as well. The question is, what do Fnatic do in response? They're trying to go for that split push. We saw Mushi try it in game 1 with the anti-mage. This time he's trying it with the jug. He's going to do a fair bit to the tier 3, but already. Melee Rex are down. They'll get themselves out as well.
You'll never get the advantageous trade-off there. Maybe you catch Chessie, good force staff back, and he's got his silver edge to run away.
He's good. He's gone. They're out. And now it's just going to be up to Limp to pushing around this top lane and seeing what they can do. Again, just to repeat, they need to find tier 2s from the middle of the top lane. They are still standing, but Complexity, the strat's working out. You got 4.4k on the man. What's he picking up? Shiva's Guard, which is pretty much done. Just a few hundred for the recipe. And then you're running him with a Shiva's Guard at level 16 axe. It's we're talking about how hard it's for Complexity to kill the Bristleback, but it can be very, very hard for Fnatic to kill Limp on his axe.
You've nearly got Lotus Orb up on, hang on a second. Yeah, on the dogs here. Yeah, he's got his own plate mail. Turn back that roar, turn back the cask and all that. Even Omni Slash is pretty good if you can bounce that back onto the Juggernaut on the rest of the side.
Yeah,
Fnatic.
Yeah, certainly decent single target to return, you're right.
Poor DJ on this Wisp. I mean, mid one the playmaker, and DJ is meant to be kind of holding this team together. Even though, like, Ohio and Mushi, they're not underfarmed or anything.
Limp, this as well. He's got eyes on Mushi. Mushi's just going to go for the straight TP, and he's going to make it.
It's just the fact that the supports and complexity aren't wards.
That's the thing, they transition so well.
That's the thing, usually you look at supports that transition right, and it's like laning phase, they support, they're by wards, they're the bitch of the early game.
Yeah.
But this game, they're all core heroes. They all got some semblance of farm priority. There wasn't that, 30-30, 10-10 split or whatever from 1 to 5 roll. And I know I just named 4 numbers because I'm an idiot, but this was 5 heroes, very nicely spread in net worth, and Hanskin's the only one down at the bottom.
Well, we're going to try for fire. They're looking to wrap around Mushi. He's looking for an opening for that Omni Slash. He's going to go for it, but the stun, the control is there. Can they keep him locked down? Get himself out with the Omni Slash in time, but it's not going to kill anyone. And in fact, he could be the one in trouble. They get the call off. Oh, the Death Ball pummeling into him, but now the Winter's Curse. DJ is now gone. It's a 1-for-1. They have lost C3. Complexity heading off to the sidelines. Ohio starting to run havoc around them here with the Quill Spray stacking up. They'll find the Wyvern. It's a 2-for-2. Limp looking for the TP out. He will make it. At the same time, on the back of it, Chesty is kind of cleaning. He finds the Witch Doctor, trying to get himself out, looking for the TP. And
no stuns.
Yeah, he'll get himself out as well. So securing the team fight when they're turning it into a 3-for-2 exchange. And the big pick, of course, the fact that they do find that Mushi Juggernaut.
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's the clincher there. They kill the Juggernaut, and trading off your Marin and your Wyvern is perfectly fine for you in that point. It's the fact that Fnatic have to go back and address bottom lane. The only thing is the tier 2s do still stand, but Complexity, they'll just reset. Go back to farming a little bit, wait for the next Roshan, secure that for themselves, and then look for that big killer blow. Look for the jugular and finish the game off.
And looking at the net worth lead at the moment, it's very sizable. 15,000 net worth for the side of Complexity.
Doesn't feel like it though. The way that Ohio...
I think that's just, it's probably the difference between the supports. Yeah, that's what that difference
4k
is.
net worth and 3k on the Wisp and the Witch Doctor. While Morana's just closing in on 10k. They're going to go for another plate mail item. So they've got, Lotus Orb, Shivers, and now AC Chessie. About a third of his way through that. I was looking at this and wondering, Fnatic, what's the winning move? What's the winning item? What's the winning scenario here for Fnatic? Not just to get themselves back into the game. It's not scraping the bottom of the barrel. It's that flow of movement that will get them from being on the back foot on their side of the river, hiding in their base and defending their tier 2s and always engaging on their side, to maybe that smoke towards Roshan. If they can contest Roshan in that pit with a good roar, pushing people onto high ground with Ohio standing in the mix of things with his cool spray stacking up, that could be the game changer.
It could be. It really, and you know, if Mushi continues to farm, get those big items, but it's just very underwhelming, these fights. You know, the Juggernaut comes in and Mushi straight away, the control is there from the side of Complexity and he's gone. Not able to offer much at all in these fights. The only one surviving is this Bristleback. And he is building into kind of that right-click heavy build now with the SMY into the Basher. But still, it's not going to be the same in comparison to, you know, just this pure damage coming out from Limp with the spins and just how hard this axe is to kill.
And a splash from Jesse, you know, he's got the Ice Dragon up now. This is it, Complexity. They know that the net needs to close around Fnatic. With the gem up, they'll remove all of this vision up for them and really start that stranglehold on map domination. Control up where Mushi can farm, where he can sit safely, where DJ can actually hide away in the trees and save people with that relocate. Under the guise of invisibility, actually running themselves forward for a target to pick off the map.
Yeah, they're getting hungry again here. Complexity, they want to try and find some action. But it's not going to be the case. Fnatic grouped up at the moment. They are very, very close within the vicinity of each other, and we can see with these wards there. Eyes onto each other, and actually mid one jumping in right into the middle of Complexity here. He's going to get caught out by a coL. Mushi coming through as well, but they've already lost the Beastmaster. He's down. Omni Slash onto Limp, but he just tanks it up. Does get the Battle Hunger off, and Limp now just tanking it, but at the same time, Chessie on the backlines is already killing them off. They'll get the cool onto Ohio. You see Mushi just eyeing up Chessie, but Chessie's found himself the third. They'll now go back onto Ohio, getting off the Dragon Tail. They'll find themselves a fourth here. Triple kill for Chessie. It's just kill after kill. This DK is just doing so much. With what seems relatively little armlet, Silver Edge, he's just got enough damage in this Dragon form to rip through some of the lineup of Fnatic. He's 8-3-11. And now they're going to start to push in the base onto a second racks.
I think in the previous game, you look at Complexity's lineup, right, in game number 2, and every hero was a cog in the works, and they had this wombo combo. Every hero was needed. But there's no big wombo combo here from Complexity. Every hero plays its part, sure, but you can have them doing different things in different places. One hero is zoning out Mushi, forcing him away from the team fight. Hanskin drew so much aggro from Fnatic that dropped 30% of his HP, flew over the trees, flew over the cliffs, and was like, haha, I'm out. I didn't even use my Winter's Curse, while the rest of his team is ripping them to shreds. They just walk in, take racks, get out, and they've got bigger, better items, and Roshan's alive.
Yeah, this is, you know, AC ready for the next push as well. I mean, how do you fight into this if you couldn't fight into it before you're Fnatic? This is just looking very...
It's desperation mode. Like, it
really is
time to smoke up as 5. Maybe even like you push out a lane with a Wisp Bristleback. You just run up top lane, run down bottom lane somewhere. You smoke up with your other 3, and you try and find someone to pick off, relocate on them, and that's just, you know, the one little thing you get back. That's a bit of gold, a bit of experience, but takes a hero from Complexity off the map, and that just opens things up a little bit more for you to split push, calm down, and maybe build up this Juggernaut into a state where he can stand and fight against the Axe and the DK.
See what the plan is. They are beginning to group, but the question is, do they try and go for that aggressive play?
Right, Mushi's
net to just summon.
Mushi's net worth here, 15k. It's good. It's just not good enough.
Right, it's really kind of just taking it. It's tank this game. You know, you're looking at them at the same level as Swindle's Darks here, which isn't where you want to be at 32 minutes in if you're looking to carry the game.
That Vlad is so indicative of what Complexity want to do as well.
Just go.
It's not a hex. It's not, you know, a big tier 1 item. It's let's finish the game, lads.
Yeah, they realize their power and they want to use it.
It's a boost of armor, boost of lifesteal, kill Roshan, end the game. I even took the gem away from Fnatic as well in that previous fight.
I mean, if they get Aegis here, this is looking very, very scary for Fnatic. If Complexity get an Aegis push off, I don't know what you do if you're Fnatic. You've got to be worried. This is being very, very... I mean, Complexity, though, they are a little bit wary of going for Roshan.
You do have to be scared. Yeah. They do smoke up towards that pit. Like I said, that's the way for Fnatic to get back in. One good Roshan fight where, you know, maybe they kill 3 or 4 of Complexity, steal Roshan. Like, that buys them time. That buys them 6 or 7 minutes. That just gives them a little bit of an advantage. The Complexity, they've got... they have any vision, actually. They're watching mid lane. They've got that observable deep on lane, watching Ohio and DJ move themselves across to the Roshan pit. Mid one's here as well with the Hawk. But Mushi's nowhere to be seen. They've just watched him take down Ancients, and they know he's running across, but he's very slow.
So obviously not the quickest of Roches, but it's
Complexity trying to bait this.
Well, see Ohio coming in. They're going to send the bo3, looking for the wraparound. Yeah, Chessie's trying to catch out Ohio. Can't quite get the stun off, though. Coming back in, Ohio, toying with the dragon. High ground, Complexity. Maybe see if they can get an opening coming back in. Ohio dodges the arrow. A lot of very ferocious pinging coming out from both sides. But meanwhile, you know, Mushi, he's getting the space mid. He's just pushing the lane in.
Fnatic have to address top and bot lane, though.
Or Chessie.
But this is the thing. Complexity, they can draw this in as much as they want.
They managed to catch out mid one. So they find themselves one. There's the dunk. They'll look for a second. There's a double kill for Limp. Two clean kills.
You can see the movement, like Ohio and DJ. They realize, guys, we have to back up. We have to deal with bottom lane.
Forces in, gets the blink off, and with the call onto Mushi. So they can play for more, trying to drag him back, but he will be relocated out. DJ, though, is going to be coming back in 8 seconds. I don't know if there'll be any mercy from the side of Complexity. They're moving in close to the return point of IO. Limp playing around with the call, and there we have it.
Good stuff.
Absolutely smashed.
Blinking forward as well, Swindles. He's hungry.
There's no reason to stop by the looks of it. Complexity, they've managed to take down 3. All sitting very high in the health reservoirs, and they'll take down a tier 2 as well. They just need the creeps to come in, and they can start to push even more here, Complexity. 30-12 with a beginning of a game that was really quite something. This Limp Axe and Hanscam Wyvern dual jungle combination. And on the verge of potentially winning the game here. There'll be a buyback from DJ, getting himself back into the game on the IO. Mushi picks up a Blink Dagger now on the Roshan. And Complexity, they'll just back off. And they'll look to now just finish off the rush.
Fnatic get there in time. It's a slow... I guess with the AC on Chessie, it's not that slow anymore. Fnatic, they're trying to encroach into this area. They actually swing themselves through into it, but Complexity, they are well ready.
Ohio getting kited outside there with the roar onto hands, gets straight away Limp, sliding in, gets the call off onto mid one, the arrow to follow through as well with the Starstorm and the dunk, mid one's gone. Roshan is down and DK Chessie, he'll be able to grab it for himself. Ohio already falling incredibly low, the vacuum's there, Ohio trying to get himself out here, but they'll follow him down. One more right click, double top jump from here on Z-Freak, getting himself the double kill with the Starstorm. Mushi's gone as well. And there'll be a buyback from Ohio. Of course, they're going to do their best to stay in the game here. All or nothing here at LAN for both of these teams, so Fnatic will fight to the end. Complexity, they really are doing it. They really are. This Limp Axe, 21,000 net worth. Chess is coming in. Ready with the push.
The Roar has to net them a kill every single time. But the fact that Hansken is able to, you know, kite them around, Limp goes in to save his body, he force snaps, he blinks, he jumps around, gets a curse onto 2. The Roar doesn't get them a kill. No. The Roar doesn't get them anything, and Midrun just stands there, you know, doing nothing whatsoever.
Cool, and they're trying to get back at GG. Fnatic are gone, and Complexity will move forward to play against No Diggity straight away.
It's
there we have it.
That BM from Adam Shaw at the start, 3-4-3. Bad luck, guys. Well, got reflected back into him, didn't it?
Absolutely. The old frogging game, and they do not reward rudeness. They reward just dual jungling. So, pub games, they're going to take a bit of a tank after this.
I forgot about that, didn't I?
Wyvern and Axe, go party Q.